We recently visited the Oakwood Couture House of Bahar and Reza to meet a design couple who are crafting a future here with fashion inspired by ancient Persian designs.
When I was a child, I remember I very much liked to design stuff for my dolls. Back in Iran, when you go to high school, it's kind of like college here. You can choose a major like accounting, nursing, and I like to go learn sew and design. And then by the time I graduated from high school, I said I'm going to study fashion in university.
I always sketch. As long as I remember. And I went to art high school. And then after that, I went to a college in graphic design. Unfortunately, back in Iran, back home, because of the type of government, guys are not allowed to go to a fashion school. But we went to the same college. And
this is how we met each other at university, yes. While he was looking for fashion.
Right, exactly.
Reza came here for studying at Wright State, studying fine arts. I started to do alteration for a bridal shop. And the whole time we were thinking how we can create designs, how we can work together. And then we said, let's start with 3 little designs. We designed 2 ties and 1 scarf, and we started selling online. And then little by little, it started selling more and more. And then we thought, let's add jewelry. And then we ended up making dresses. And then we thought we should have a space and show the people what we are doing, and everybody can see the collection. So
first, me and Bahar was thinking like maybe you have to move to LA, and then we were just thinking, honestly, Dayton is home. Let's establish our business in Dayton. That's how we are here.
The designs are very simple. We don't have complicated pattern or complicated design. For the starts, we were trying to bring Persian motifs to life, so we turned them to the lace, we turned them to the print, to the waved on the fabrics. The thing is, when the Iranians see the design, they quickly recognize the patterns, but the other people, they just like the colors or the designs or shapes. They may not understand the story behind it, but they will see, oh, it's a little different or it's pretty. So the whole idea of creating designs that they are based with Persian motifs was because the Empress Farah Pahlavi, who was Queen of Iran.
The Empress Farah, she was always very glamorous. And back in 60s, 70s, she was on the cover of magazines all around the world, comparable with Jacqueline Kennedy's and like all those fabulous high-end fashion ladies.
While she was the queen, she had beautiful dresses that they were all with Persian designs, and we were so in love with that. They were looking so modern, but they had something that made it a little different.
But after the revolution happened in Iran, that connection between the Persian patterns on the fabrics and fashion was completely disconnected with the modern world for like 37 years.
And we said, oh, what if we can make that happen again?
We decided to kind of like use the opportunity and just bring that kind of like motifs and patterns, and they were introducing it to the modern fashion. We went to visit the Queen.
We had 3 sketches and we had some fabric samples ready. We showed her the design and the fabric. She said, oh, these are so pretty, and I want all of it. So that was a very great moment for us. And that's how we started to design more dresses for her. So it's like almost 5 or 6 years right now that we are still designing pieces for her. We both designed the fabrics. When we decided to work on our designs together and start this business, we were so excited. And then by the time we start working, we found out we have different tastes.
I like a more cooler tones, which she likes like more like a warmer tones, like pink and purple and orange, and that's why like combination of both ideas usually it gonna have a good result. And then we finalize the color and just make like different color palettes from each design, and then when we send it to a manufacturing, we request for the swatches.
So we really cannot make any decisions till we see the samples, and then also we kind of play with the size of the pattern, see how big we want it to be on a dress. Sometimes we like to go with the small and repeat it, and sometimes so big that only one repeat is enough for a dress. So
the thing we love about our work is creating, like sketching, designing, putting stuff together, process of work. See something from pretty much from nothing, from scratch. And when we put it on a mannequin and then it goes on the real person, and by the end when we see the clients walking out with a happy face, just give us a very great feeling. It's an old expression in US that people say, land of opportunity. Me and Bahar, we strongly believe this country is still a land of opportunity, and if you be a hard worker and be passionate about it, you would get to that point.
I remember when we had the online business, Reza said, oh, I hope one day we have our own shop and people can come and we design for them.
Yeah.
We even couldn't believe that time that maybe one day this happens.
Yeah.
And now that we are in the dream that we had a long time ago, it's just amazing. And now we are looking for a bigger future.